Hey everyone, it's Al. I'm at the Chicago Executive Airport about ready to go fly the Purple Machine here, or the Joker, Purple Rain, whatever you like to call it. It's awesome. But did you notice the new Cirrus Minute logo? It looks great. Huge shout out to John Gargiulo, who noticed the old Cirrus Minute logo needed a little refreshment and that it wasn't purple. So he did a great job. He knocked it out of the park. So thank you, John. Let us know what you think of it in the comments. Would love to hear your thoughts. But anyway, before we get to this month's Cirrus Minute, make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's going to help the channel out quite a lot, but most importantly, it gives motivation for me to produce more of these and make more videos for everyone. So anyway, enough of me babbling. Enjoy the Cirrus Minute.
It's the month of May 2020, and here's what's up. And yeah, I get it. It's the last day of the month of May, but my COVID haircut required more attention than getting a Cirrus Minute out. Anyway, here we go. When's the last time you got cleared for the option at Chicago O'Hare's International Airport? Hey, Amy Voss and I have been hanging out on Instagram talking about aviation and things you can bring to your flying. Have you been joining in? You should. And did you know that the original birthplace of Cirrus was in a barn and that it's blue? Well, I sure found out the hard way. This is the Cirrus Minute.
I'm Al Waterloo with Cirrus Aircraft, and the best part of my role is helping people grow and lead aviation in Illinois and Wisconsin. With all that fun and excitement, I would be remiss if I didn't share all of that with you, so welcome to the Cirrus Minute. It's an every other week update of events, stories, achievement, and noteworthy ideas here in Illinois and Wisconsin.
Growing up in Chicago, I always laid claim to O'Hare being the busiest international airport in the world. It's awesome. I literally grew up 5 miles away. The landing patterns were over my house, and I was enthralled with it. It's always been a big dream of mine to do big things with little airplanes, and landing at O'Hare is one of them. You know, it's kind of a unique time to get out and actually fly and cross those bucket list items and airports off of your list. And one day, not too long ago, I ended up flying with a customer. It was Saturday morning. It was a beautiful day, and we just departed out of the Louis Romeoville Airport. We called up Chicago Approach, and we just gave it a shot. We said the words, "Hey, Chicago, can we do a touch and go at O'Hare?" It literally was the biggest and scariest cold call you could make on the planet, but it was so worth it. Shortly, we got a squawk code and got led into the Chicago O'Hare Airport. We even got to pick which runway we landed on. The controllers were super nice, very welcoming, and we got to follow an Emirates Boeing 777 on final. We ultimately did our touch and go. We did a nice long rollout and took our time to just savor the moment. We passed a United 777 taxiing out to go fly, and once we were nice and settled on the runway, we added power and off we went. The funny thing was, on our departure, O'Hare Tower asked us, they said, "Hey, what are your intentions? What are you going to do next?" And I just said, "Hey, we'd like to pick up a heading of due west and we'll leave your airspace and thanks for playing." But I'm kicking myself. I should have asked for pattern work at O'Hare. Well, I'd really love to know what airport is on your bucket list. Leave a comment below. You never know, you might actually inspire someone to fly to their bucket list airport, because now's the time to do it. You know, the aviation community has pivoted and found resiliency throughout this quarantine of 2020. And it's so cool to see where people have gone and pivoted to. And Amy Voss and I have tried to do our part to help give a framework of thinking and bring fresh ideas and establish a community. Every Wednesday, late afternoon, and Friday at lunchtime, that's Chicago time, we've gone live on Instagram. And do you remember that first time that you pressed that microphone button to make your first radio call when you're learning to fly? Well, yeah, that's exactly how it feels the first time you go live on Instagram. But that feeling quickly goes away, because when people start to join and friends and Cirrus owners and pilots from all over the world start to come in and share their ideas and thoughts and bring fresh outlooks to what they're doing with their flying, it's amazing. Our goal is to take a deep dive into practical topics and a way of thinking about your flying. For example, flying with pets or your family. Some might argue that your family are pets. But Anyway, if you've missed any of these, you can go on my personal Instagram at al.waterloo and catch the replays there. If there's a particular topic that you want to learn about, just feel free to leave a comment. Amy and I are always monitoring and watching and discussing what we can do better, so feel free to throw your favorite topic out there. Over the years working at Cirrus Aircraft, I've really started to appreciate the deep history that exists in Illinois and Wisconsin. This is essentially ground zero for where Cirrus started and how it was born and what's essentially in the company DNA. And one day I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to actually go out and find the original barn that Cirrus Aircraft or Cirrus Design was founded in. So one day I was out flying around in the general vicinity of where I thought the barn was, and it wasn't until a trip to Duluth and I talked to the president of innovation, Pat Waddick, and said, hey, Pat, I'm flying around looking for this barn, and I don't see a red barn. And he looks at me and says, well, that's because the barn is blue. Well, that was the answer to all my problems. I was looking for a red barn, not a blue barn. The next time I went back, sure enough, I found it. And there it was. It was kind of a cool moment circling in a Cirrus over the original birthplace and idea for this airplane. It was really cool. Well, next time you find yourself flying just south of Baraboo, Wisconsin, tip your cap or rock your wings and tell your folks I says hi.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's update on the Cirrus Minute, and I'll see you around Illinois and Wisconsin. I'm really excited to connect with you. If you have a noteworthy story or an idea, send me an email at awaterloo@cirrusaircraft.com. Do me a favor and share a picture of you doing something with aviation by posting it on Instagram and tagging me at al.waterloo. I'll be sure to comment and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from. That way you never miss an update on what's going on in our area. Until next time, I'm Al Waterloo, and this is the Cirrus Minute.